The Manchester Energy Committee and Earth Matters, a local group of grassroots environmental activists, organized a return of electric vehicles to the Manchester Recreation Park on Saturday, September 23rd. A variety of cars and pickup trucks were lined up for inspection by those who stopped by, and the owners were on hand to describe the ownership experience. Electric vehicles have seen a surge of interest recently, as the cost of buying one has been tempered by tax credits and other incentives. Owners of EVs can receive up to $7,500 in federal tax credits, and the state of Vermont offers up to $5,000 worth of incentives for income-eligible buyers. Additional savings are also available from some Vermont electric utilities. Added together, that can make a dent in the base price of the vehicles, dropping the cost of a Chevrolet Bolt, for instance, down from its suggested retail price of over $26,000 down into the teens. One of the owners there was Jonathan West of Manchester, who talked about his Rivian pickup truck.
So the vehicle here is a Rivian R1T. This is the truck version from Rivian. We also have a Rivian R1S, which is basically the same vehicle, except it's a 7-passenger vehicle. Very similar on the inside, except obviously one can hold more. So driving these is fantastic. One, you've got a large vehicle, which most EVs that are on the market are a smaller size, so they might feel a little bit tight or cramped or anything like that if you wanted to have a family of 6. So we feel really comfortable in these vehicles. What really spoke out to us is the quality of craftsmanship of these vehicles. They are incredibly well manufactured. These are both assembled in Normal, Illinois, so it's an American assembled vehicle. They feel like probably one of the they feel like a tank when you're driving them because of the weight of the batteries that are in them, which is an experience that you get typically in any EV. But in these, we still get the range of 350, which is a fantastic range. And they're just coming out with a new model that actually has a 400-mile range. Obviously, we have a lot of questions about charging, and are we worried that we're going to run out of battery and we're going to have to get stuck somewhere? We've been EV drivers for almost a decade. We have never, ever been stuck. We feel like it's kind of sure, you'll have range anxiety the first few times you drive it, but after you realize that the computer systems inside of these vehicles are going to tell you exactly where you need to go, how long you need to be there, how long you need to charge, they're not going to put you in the wrong direction. Because of that, you're never going to get stuck. And people say, well, yeah, I don't want to sit there and wait 30 to 45 minutes. That's crazy. I can just go to a gas station and fill up my gas tank in less than 5 minutes. Well, you should be stopping and taking a break anyway. And most of the places you're going, you're getting a cup of coffee, you're going to the bathroom. If you've got kids, you're letting them get out and stretch their legs. And it's just become part of our experience. Sure, it might take us an extra 30 to 45 minutes to drive to Cape Cod, but ultimately, we were going to stop and do it anyway. And our kids just love it. These vehicles both have tremendous towing capacity. The Rivian truck can pull up to 11,000 pounds. The SUV can pull up to 7,500 pounds, which for us allows us to pull our Airstream. So we went to Cape Cod this summer. We got about 150 miles on the charge. So we planned our stops accordingly so that we could stop, charge, get something for lunch, let the kids stretch their legs. We took everyone into the Airstream, took a break, and then by the time we were done with lunch, our vehicle was back at 100%, and we continued on our journey. And for us, I think there's amazing benefits to owning an EV. One, I believe you're helping the environment. The less dependence on oil, helping our environment because there's no toxic fumes that are coming out of the back ends of these vehicles. But cost-wise, with the benefits of owning an electric vehicle, specifically in the state of Vermont, which has tremendous EV credits and benefits at the state level and at the power company level, we're charging at about $1 to $1.10 a gallon, which right now our average price per gallon is nearing $4. And sure, our electric bill goes up, but instead of paying it to the gas station, we know that our rate is always going to be 12 cents per kilowatt hour because of the special rates. Plus we get free chargers, we get rebates, so it all makes it much more economical. And I just love coming out every morning and knowing that I have a full tank of gas, right? And we can never go back. We've talked about, well, what if we need to do this or what if we need to do that? We're like, no, we're just going to wait. What if we need a vehicle that is not available yet, that's not available in electric, and we have to get a gas vehicle? We're going to wait because we just don't want to go back.
As more public charging stations come online, the range anxiety concerns, running out of battery strength somewhere in the middle of nowhere, are lessening. And in any event, many owners typically charge them up overnight through home charging units. Low maintenance costs are another positive factor for EVs. With fewer parts to break down, there are fewer trips to the mechanic for servicing and repairs. Chris Anderson of the Manchester Energy Committee was one of the organizers of the event.
How many cars roughly do we have in the lot?
Well, there's 15 cars today. We have a lot of wholly electric cars, but then we have a few plug-ins. And we have quite a good turnout of people to see them. We're trying to let people know how many options there are now and about the various rebates and tax credits that are available. There's a range of models from, well, you saw some of them, I bet, in some of the videos. And it was organized by the Energy Committee, and Earth Matters is here to help out with talking to people and encouraging them to buy electric.
So you've hosted an event like this now for several years running. Are you seeing more and more people beginning to sort of get used to the idea of perhaps buying an electric vehicle, whereas 3 or 4 years ago they might have been thinking, well, I'm not quite ready yet, but is the trend line going in the right direction from your point of view?
Yeah, I find that a lot of people have come who already have one vehicle and they're looking to see what is an option for their second car. So I think it's becoming better known that charging at home especially saves a lot of money in terms of you don't have to stop at a gas station. It's much more convenient. And I think people are getting used to the idea.
More than 100 years after the internal combustion engine-powered cars conquered the car market, replacing electric cars, which at the dawn of the auto age might have been the way to roll. Electric cars are having their moment. The need to reduce carbon emissions alone is helping drive interest, but those rebates and incentives are turning heads and crunching the numbers as well. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.